What if I told you that nearly 1 out of every 5 chapters in the Bible is talking about our generation, not ancient history, not some distant future? The Bible describes a moment in human history when multiple world-shaking events would all happen at the same time. I'm talking about civilization-altering events, global events, and the Scriptures do something astonishing. They tell us exactly which generation would see them. The generation that witnesses the return of the Jewish people to their ancient homeland after being scattered across the earth for thousands of years. That moment happened on May 14th, 1948, folks. It was the day Israel was reborn as a nation, which means that we are living in an extraordinary time, the very time period Jesus warned about, the time he said would be like the days of Noah. And if that's true, then one question becomes critically important. What exactly was happening in the world just before the judgment of God arrived in the days of Noah? Because if we are living in those days again, we should want to understand what they looked like and why Jesus pointed us back to those days to understand the signs of the times in our days. For as were the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. For as in those days before the flood they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day when Noah entered the ark, and they were unaware until the flood came and swept them all away, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. Did you hear that? Most will be going about their business and be completely unaware that something was about to happen that would change the world forever. This time, it won't be a flood. So, when I asked both ChatGPT and Grok the same question, to list all the things happening in our world today that were happening in the days of Noah, this is the list they both spit out. First, let's look at the earth. The earth is again filled with violence. Nations' rage and bloodshed covers the ground. Lawlessness is praised, and righteousness is mocked. Humanity celebrates what heaven once condemned. The boundaries of creation are being rewritten. The nature of man himself is being altered. Flesh is being manipulated in laboratories. Life is being engineered and redesigned. Humans seek the power once reserved for the gods. Knowledge is exploding faster than wisdom can contain it. And then look up into the sky. Strange objects move through the heavens. UFOs, UAPs, odd-looking objects that cross into our galaxy. Signs are appearing above the Earth that cause fear and speculation about aliens, fallen angels, demons. Governments study what they cannot explain. The supernatural, multiple dimensions, quantum physics, and of course, string theory and quantum tunneling. Humanity wonders who, or what, is watching from above. The heavens again become the focus of human curiosity, just like in the days of Noah, when Genesis 6 tells us that the angels descended to earth to share forbidden technology and corrupt the seed of mankind. Look at the knowledge that's spreading across the globe today. We call it AI, but there's so much more when you understand the world of quantum physics. Secrets once hidden are now given to the masses. Technology grows beyond human control, and weapons capable of destroying the whole world are just a few clicks away. The wisdom to use all this knowledge isn't growing at the same pace the knowledge is expanding. Humanity is climbing toward godlike power without godlike restraint. All of this, just like in the days of Noah. Now, let's look at the spiritual world. Sorcery and occult practices return openly. Actually, they never left. But the elites, powers and principalities that control this world has kept their power source a secret. But those secrets are being revealed, and suddenly the world is a much darker place than most realized. People seek knowledge from unseen beings, and spiritual deceptions spreads across the earth. What's really on the other side of AI? What's CERN really up to? And why does it feel like the world is upside down? Good is called evil, and evil good, transhumanism, genetic manipulation, and a concerted effort to strip people of their identities, all in the name of freedom and equality. False wisdom replaces truth, and spin is everywhere. What's real these days? It's hard to know. Between spin and technology, we are like lambs being led to the slaughter. All of this was going on in the days of Noah, and the Holy Bible has been warning us and preparing us for days like this. Humanity hungers for supernatural power without the Creator. It falsely claims we evolved, but then acknowledges there are quantum supernatural powers that can't be explained. Now look at society. Pride fills the heart of mankind. Civilization boasts of its achievements. And people believe they can conquer death itself. The elite and powerful chase immortality through science. They believe they no longer need God. Yet life continues on as if nothing is out of the ordinary. People eat, they drink, they marry, they build, they celebrate, just as it was before the flood. Warnings are ignored, prophecy is mocked, truth is dismissed or twisted just enough to give you doubt. Those at the top can break laws, manipulate facts, and enjoy a level of evil protection that the common man or woman will never have. Righteous voices are pushed aside or eliminated. Large parts of our history has been hidden from us or manipulated to have us believing that thousands of megalithic cities, ancient pyramids, and unexplainable artifacts were created by simple hunter-gatherers using ropes, wheels, and primitive tools. The majority walks forward blindly and gullible, while only a remnant still listens to that still small voice and studies the Word of God. This is possible because ancient rulers realized long ago the power of keeping the people entertained. And today we are entertained like never before. Between our AI, cell phones, big screens, headsets, and infatuation with movie stars, rock stars, and now influencers, it's hard to even find the time to just sit down and ponder what the world has become. That's all by design, because if you pull back the curtain, take the red pill, and peek down the rabbit holes that are filled with psyops, conspiracy, theories, and twisted facts designed to confuse you and keep you from ever knowing the truth, those that wield all the power become vulnerable and exposed. So the earth grows restless. The natural order trembles, and creation itself groans under the heavy foot of corruption. And corruption is everywhere, in our government, in our entertainment industry, and sadly, in our churches. Humanity pushes beyond the limits set at the beginning, but the same rebellion rises again and again, and so the ancient pattern returns, just like in the days of Noah. The arrogance of mankind grows, the corruption of flesh spreads, and the hunger for forbidden knowledge continues. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil was forbidden for a reason, but the temptation was just too great for the first man and woman. The heavens draw humanity's gaze once more, and the world slowly begins to resemble the world before the flood. We are the generation, the only generation, that could fulfill all the end times prophecy in the Bible. No other generation had the technology, the knowledge, or the ability to spin the truth so drastically. In today's world, most just hang on to their own worldviews, based on nothing more than a cleverly crafted deception, but that's by choice. If you're paying attention just a little bit, I know you can feel it. The world is different now, and the difference isn't just improvements, it's transformation. Something fundamental about human civilization is changing. Even what it means to be human is being challenged. The rules that once governed our world are being rewritten. And the deeper you look, the more it begins to resemble a time the Bible describes with chilling clarity. For as were the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. God has provided us with an ark. He's warned us, He's guided us, and He's enlightened us. But He won't make the choice for us. Just like in the days of Noah, the door leading into the ark, salvation is wide open. But at some point, God will slam that door shut, and those left outside will deal with their choice to reject God's offer of grace. The storm is coming, folks, and the signs of the times are all round us. Don't waste another second being deceived or entertained, because the time is upon us.